This youth gala is like a resurgence. It's amazing because our theme for Propel at Full Gospel this year, which is our leadership meeting, was resurgence. And so we're seeing a resurgence of our youth ministry. Our kids are back. I look at our praise team, and our young adults are back in the praise team. Our young people are coming back to church. And some would say, well, coming back to church, the pandemic's been over. The pandemic's only been over for 2 years. And so every church has experienced some ups and downs, but the power of God, man, is what we base everything we do on. And so we trusted God, we believed God, we listened to experts, and we listened to the leading of the Holy Spirit. And here we are in 2024, ready to take our youth and young adult gala to another level. So yeah, I think we're ready now after a couple years of relaxation.
If I remember correctly, my first youth awards was in second grade. I went to Ritter. We lived in Allentown, and it was probably like the best moment of that entire year because like I got to see everybody from church in a different environment. Everybody was dressing fancy. We were taking pictures like we were at the Met Gala or something like that with like the red carpet and everything. It was amazing.
I could say it kind of feels, it's like an Oscars, but church-like.
I got to see the people that I saw on TV. You got 69 News there. We had a whole bunch of people from around in the community just like coming to my church to celebrate us. I thought it was just like a great experience.
It was a special moment for me, and it just made me feel like, it just made me feel valued. It made me feel seen, because a lot of times a lot of kids at that age, you don't feel seen when you're in school or when you're around others, but just being able to be around a whole bunch of people that just gave you your flowers and just allowed, you to just feel loved in a sense it was just awesome.
I just loved the environment. I felt like I was in a different space. Like I'd never been in something fancy like that before. Like it was really, we had like glass awards and everything, which I still have up in my room to this day. Even though we've moved to different houses, I still make sure that I have that up right next to me in my bed because like I just cherish that.
I don't remember that much about it because it was a long time ago, but I just remember them calling my name and they said Dexter Connor Jr. It made me happy that I got recognized for helping out the church.
I was so nervous, like I did not know what to think. Like I was thinking, am I gonna get an award, am I not, But I was just happy to be there all together, to be honest. And when I found out I was getting the award, I was so happy. I jumped on my seat, like I was smiling, like cheek to cheek. And yeah, I was just so happy that I got an award and I was recognized.
Established one thing, and then everybody seen how that was, and then like, we gotta bring more people into this because essentially it's not only just people at church, it's the community as well. Shout out Knoxley. Knoxley has a lot of people that he knows in the Lehigh Valley, so they come and they give us awards as well for all the things that we do outside. They recognize us as not only just youth ministry, but as a church in general. So it's just, I would just say word of mouth. I feel like it just has grown bigger and bigger and bigger. And the youth here are way more involved in it because they see the accolades and how much success previous youth awards have been.
The last one I remember going to, I was about 15, 16 years old, and it was really memorable being able to dress up like a gala and go to something that I never had been to like before.
I feel like the support, like I had like a strong support base, behind the church and along with the youth awards.
But it's just something that it kind of rewards you for, worshiping God and still being young.
The most recent one that I can recall vividly is 2019. My experience at that event was just like just to see how people getting rewarded of the hard work, the diligence that they put in, see everybody coming together, fellowshipping, and just having a good time.
Every generation is different. And even within the generation, 20-year span, there are vast changes that take place. The youth ministry that began the gala, the Youth and Young Adult Gala, looked very different than the youth ministry that was here when I first came here. One, we didn't have a youth pastor, we had a youth director. And it's kind of difficult to do youth ministry like that because you've got dedicated people, but at the same time, they're not available all the time. And so when we got a youth pastor, Pastor Knoxley was put on board, it really changed the complexion of our youth ministry. And so that first one, the fervor was ridiculous. I mean, the city was excited, and everybody was excited because Union was doing something that was unprecedented. It wasn't done like that before. So that was the fervor, I like that word, around the first youth and young adult. Well, it wasn't even youth and young adult at that time. It was just a youth ministry. For the first time in the history of the world, the entire world was canceled at the same time.
I feel like the youth awards not happening made the church having less help in the church.
Keeping people isolated, people not being able to know that they were still able to be celebrated even as a youth. Less youth became engaged. People just became comfortable just being at home. So I feel like the Youth Awards was a good way for us to get out and not only just socialize, but to just show recognition for the things that we had done throughout the year.
Felt like something was missing in the youth ministry. Like, we were doing a bunch of other stuff. We still had our harvest nights and whatnot, but we didn't have the youth awards. That was our thing. Everybody knew the youth awards. Everybody would come out. Everybody would dress their best. Everybody would come get ready for these presentations and receive these awards and get recognition for other things we've done in the church. And now with COVID, with that being gone, it just felt like something was missing, like I said.
The youth ministry was at its highest peak before COVID, and then once COVID happened, everything just wiped out. We were still active, during Zoom and stuff, but the personal connection that we had with each other, I feel like it kind of died a little bit.
Our church remaining coagulated, consolidated together during that time, as a lot of other churches couldn't do that. And I attribute that to the fact that we had good enough leaders to understand the times. We recognized that in the 2020s, and really in the 2000s, there needed to be progression made in how we communicated the gospel to the world. And so again, we had an online presence. That was key. That was key, because if you didn't have an online presence during the pandemic, you either met in your sanctuaries with 2 or 3 people, or you didn't meet at all, and you sent letters out, or you had conference calls and people couldn't see each other's faces.
It's an opportunity for us to get back to where we once were. And sometimes people say you want to move forward, but I think that there were so many beautiful things that we did that we can kind of advance on, and that we're actually planning together as a young and youth adult ministry to put together. And I think this Youth Awards is just the beginning of that. It's the start. It's the start of something new, the start of something bigger, and something better for our youth to be able to come to and feel recognized and appreciated, and be able to bring their friends and their family members to just see that there are great things that are happening in their community.
This year we're excited because we're honoring our founding lady, Sister Deacon Flora Melton, and that's always a wonderful thing. We honor her, and when we honor her, we honor our founder, the late Dr. Horace A. Melton, who was intricately involved in bringing light to the issues of African Americans in this city, with the premise of bringing a church, a Black Baptist church, to Allentown. And for 78 years, it'll be 79 in February, this church has been holding up the bloodstained banner, buffeted by its youth ministry. So this is an exciting time for us as we close out the year, celebrating God, celebrating our youth, celebrating individuals who have made significant contributions to this city. So this is a great thing.
I just can't wait to see what it's going to be like. I already know it's going to be amazing because that's what Union does, but the Youth Awards are going to be great this year. I'm glad that it's back and it's going to be amazing.
It's a good feeling to know that they're bringing back old traditions, because there was lots of stuff that the church, due to COVID, that the church stopped doing that they still haven't brought back. But a good start is bringing back the Youth Awards.
I'm just very, very, very excited, not only to attend, but to also be a part of seeing everybody taking pictures, the little red carpet that we have. It just makes you feel special,
I'm so happy, you know. I'm ready to dress up. I'm ready to, like, if I get acknowledged, I'm happy. If I don't, it's okay. But I love that it's up and running again.
So I would encourage everybody who's seen this video to come out, come to, you know, fellowship, come to just enjoy, come to be uplifted, and also come to just see how of a great impact that we're doing in the community.
I just want to say to all the youth that you are special, you are important, and everything that you do outside of the church will and can be recognized inside of the church, and the church is a place of safety and comfort, and bring a friend.
Come out, show out, dress your best, you know, it's the Youth Awards. You know what time it is? You know how, you see how I'm dressed? Like this, but like 10 times better.
The Youth Awards is a very good experience. People love you, people care about you.
Always be encouraged. Always remember that the Youth Awards are here to show your success, not only in the church, but out in the community as well. And always embrace it. Never be ashamed of it. Love those who are around you. And even if you don't get any accolades, make sure that you're doing everything that you can to receive accolades, if that makes sense. Like, just work hard, do what you need to do, and you'll be successful in everything that you do.
The Youth Awards and Gala is a wonderful time to come and spend some time with your family, get your kids to have something to do outside of sports or anything of that nature. Bring them to the church, bring them to the gala. Let's have a good time. I'm looking forward to the rest of this afternoon, this evening, and what God is going to do with each and every one of us. But we're thankful for everyone who is here, everyone who is attending. We thank you for being a part of this and contributing to the future of our young people. Bless you.
We are a chosen generation. We're being called for to show